Build your brand community like Google. Are you ready to distill Google's success into one actionable 4-step formula and apply it to your brand right now? Here's how to create a brand that inspires massive word-of-mouth advertising with a message the whole world can get behind. In today's episode, we're going to take inspiration from Google, one of the most viral brands of all time. And I'm going to give you the top 4 ways to brand viral so you can come out of nowhere and become an inspiration to millions. They are: save them time, money, and energy. Show them the way to a greater future. Share their deepest concerns. Surprise and delight them. Google started out in 1996 as a school project for 2 Stanford PhD students who wanted to create an easier way to access data, a universal digital library. At first, Larry Page and Sergey Brin named their little research project Backrub because of the way the technology uses backlinks to analyze data. Backrub was initially developed to run exclusively on Stanford servers, but as their invention continued to work to compile more and more information, growing some 75 million pages in just 5 months, Stanford servers soon ran out of bandwidth. Backrub changed servers 3 times. Then in 1998, the students decided to publicly launch their search engine and decided to change the name. During a late-night brainstorming session, Brin suggested Googleplex, which is the name for like the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. It's like one of the last largest numbers to have a name. And it's meant to represent the vast quantity of information their little invention was rapidly amassing. Page and Brin both loved the name, shortened it to Google, google.com, and purchased the domain that very night. Just 8 years later, the phrase Google it has replaced all other variations of doing an internet search. Googling is officially recognized by Merriam-Webster, and every initial investor, including a couple of professors at Stanford, are well on their way to becoming multi-billionaires. Of their success, Page says, when Sergey and I founded Google, we hoped but didn't expect we'd reach a current size and influence. Our intense and enduring interest was objectively to help people find information efficiently. Move over, Yahoo! Bye-bye, Bing! Sorry, Jeeves! Google has outperformed you all. You have an innovative idea that will make people's lives better. And right now, there are millions of people who need your brand. Inspiration to Millions and creator of Pinterest, Ben Silverman, once said, if Google teaches us anything, it's that small ideas can become big. So let's start thinking big right now about the future of your brand. And today, we're using Google as our inspiration. So let's dive right into the top 4 ways to brand viral. Number 1, save them time, money, and energy. Time, money, and energy are the top 3 limiting beliefs that people face when deciding whether or not to join your brand. I call them the obstacles to buy, and they sound something like this. Will I ever have enough time to use this product or service? Can I really afford this? Is it too expensive? Will I get my money's worth? I'm too busy with other things right now. What if I'm not good at it? What if people see me using it and I look like a fool? What does owning this product or using this service say about me as a person? Right? One of these key reasons why Google was able to come out of nowhere and blast out all those other search engines right out of the water, it's because it was the best at removing these obstacles to buy from their community. Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Google is literally designed to make themselves the easiest choice a person can make by saving people time, money, and energy. You too can be making people join your brand by being it the easiest choice your ideal individual makes all day. And you can do that by addressing their obstacles to buy head on. This is something that the Fortune 100 brands do so well that as we entrepreneurs can easily do with little to no financial investment. I call it valuing every vulnerability, or VEV for short. Think about it. The decision to buy is emotional. So every time someone considers making a purchase, they are in a vulnerable position, one that causes them to immediately question their ability to get what they need from your brand. Just the experience of having an emotional need, a yearning to get those needs met, admitting to that alone can be very uncomfortable for many people. Your brand can get out in front of those limiting beliefs they have and stop them in their tracks by letting your ideal individuals know upfront not only how your brand will save them time, money, and energy, but also through valuing every vulnerability, VEV. And here's the best part, okay? When you value their vulnerability, even just one, you know what it tells them? You know what they hear every time you do it? That they're not alone in having those vulnerabilities. And is there a better way? You're essentially creating a community of people who at one time had a similar emotional need that was not being met, but who are now living into a greater future fundamentally, and get this, irrevocably, forevermore, because they said yes to you. Number 2, show them the way to a greater future. Google's greater purpose is to inspire and support human innovations, to make human lives better. Google's also rated as one of the top 50 best places to work. The team members of Google are encouraged to spend at least 20% of their workday researching and developing ideas that they're passionate about. Just as Google wants its team to be consistently exploring their ideas for making people's lives better, Google itself is constantly searching for ways to make their employees' lives better. They're walking the talk, and that's vital to infusing your company culture with a higher purpose. Within your brand, it will be your example that reveals what goodness now can be possible with the help of your brand, and it will be the stories your brand creates around what life was like before and after your brand that will inspire your ideal individuals to embark on their own personal journeys. Remember, it's your customer that is the hero of your brand's promise being fulfilled. Number 3, share their deepest concerns. What are your ideal individuals most passionate about? Is it family? Infuse your culture with a deep respect of creating time and memories with loved ones. Is it animals? Get your brand involved with organizations that are contributing to animal welfare. Is it the environment? Strive to reduce your carbon footprint and be dedicated to operating in a sustainable and eco-friendly way. Is it progress? Then let them know you are working tirelessly to keep growing right alongside them. Google services the entire world, and so it never shies away from taking a stance or shining a light on what is good for creating a better world for future generations. A lot of brands may shirk away from the social responsibility of taking a powerful stance out of fear that they'll limit their reach in a certain demographic by doing this. Don't choose inaction out of fear when your brand could be dynamically rooted in love. We're all human beings who live on this planet, and if that's not common ground enough, I don't know what is. Brands with clearly defined values and ethics have stronger character, and that gives us more reason to trust your brand. Google has an internal model for their culture to abide by, and it's simply this: don't be evil, just do the right thing. It's so simple. It's almost shocking. And yet, for a brand worth billions of dollars, it seems almost like a revolutionary act. Don't be evil, do the right thing. And if Google can continue to keep that promise, how many different demographics of people are going to be proud to continue to be a member of the Google brand community? It's a mission rooted in love that the whole world can get behind. And finally, number 4, surprise and delight them. Just saying the word Google is kind of a delight of sorts, right? It's a fun word. It's fun to say Google, 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 Google me. You know, it's in every movie. It's silly. It's whimsical. It feels sort of bubbly in your mouth. How many times have you checked out the changing arrangement of the Google logo on their homepage and just had to smile? Google holds regular contests, I don't know if you know this, for children across the country to reimagine and draw new versions of their Google logo. And the results are wonderful. Did you know that Google Assistant has a Santa Claus tracker? That if you type Chuck Norris in the Google search bar and click the I'm feeling lucky button, it will take you to a site that says Google won't search for Chuck Norris because it knows you don't find Chuck Norris finds you. Try Googling Wizard of Oz and then click on the ruby red slippers just to see what happens. Google is a veritable treasure trove of small delights, simple, silly surprises, and your brand can be too. Your ideal individuals want to feel good, and they want to feel good about themselves for choosing your brand. Human beings in general are not apt to remember everything they see or hear. We know this, but we are adeptly attuned to remembering how something or someone made us feel inside. In a world so saturated with information, be the breath of fresh air, be the ray of hope, be the love beam from the sun, be the unexpected surprise that turns their day around. Bring them goodness that they can't wait to share with others. Word of mouth advertising, right? 50 times more effective than any other form of advertising. That's how a brand comes out of nowhere and becomes an inspiration to millions. Taking the lead from Google, one of the most inspiring brands of all time, go through each of the top 4 ways to brand viral and brainstorm on how your brand can elevate the ways you can save them time, money, and energy. Show them the way to a greater future. Share their deepest concerns. And lastly, surprise and delight them. Remember as you go through each one to value every vulnerability. And if you'd like me to do an episode that does a deep dive on the concept of valuing every vulnerability, or VEV, addressing limiting beliefs and eliminating their obstacles to buy, let me know in the comments by using hashtag VEV, and I'll put it together for you. Thanks so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget, also, click that bell so you don't miss a single thing. I release new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so treat these episodes as your personal masterclass for becoming an inspiration with branding. And as always, the way to become an inspiration to millions starts with our motto, love what you do and love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.